Significant doesn't always mean significant. A friend of mine who's not in medicine was showing me some video on the social medias that was basically a doctor posting inflammatory, poorly interpreted literature and talking about the risks of something that was going on. And why this has to do with significance is because the person who was misinterpreting this study was talking about a significant increase in the risk of certain side effects of the tests they were doing. But if you look at the actual rate of the side effects they're talking about, it was like 5 in 10 million. It was a very large, well-powered study. So the study was actually done well, very poorly interpreted. So when we use the word significant in the scientific literature, usually it's regarding statistical significance, and statistical significance usually just means unlikely to be due to random chance, right? That this effect is real. But often it's interpreted by some people, it's confused with effect size. So to have a high effect size is very different from having a statistically significant increase in something, right? So like, for example, in the situation I was referring to, it was saying, oh, there's a statistically significant increase in yada yada side effect, and the increase was like from 5 in 10 million to 10 in 10 million. And so if you think about that, it's like, okay, well, that in this study, that was not due to random chance. So there is an increase in the risks of this side effect that's real. But when you're interpreting it of, oh, is this like real world significant? The rate of this side effect was still 10 in 10 million or 1 in a million. And so when you're thinking about whether this test or intervention is dangerous, or you're really scared of this side effect, the risk of the side effect is still literally 1 in a million. So that, you may not actually think 1 in a million is a huge risk, and this test or whatever may actually be a very safe thing. But you can see how a misinterpretation of it, or an inflammatory person, kind of misinterpreting science might say, oh, there's this, huge high risk associated with said test. There's a significantly increased risk, or double the rate, without keying in on what the actual effect size is. So it's something to think about when you're talking about these types of things. The difference between effect size and statistical significance, or likelihood to be due to random chance.